Hello and welcome.
Welcome to the 2023 Gentleman and Whiskey Fantasy Whiskey Draft. My name is Brandon. This is my co-host, John.
Yeah, so this is our first annual. Hopefully it's going to be an annual thing. It seems like it's going to be a good time, judging just simply by the amount of roasting all of the competitors have done to each other. So
this is ridiculous.
Seems like a lot of fun.
It's going to be awesome. So we have 6 teams.
Yeah.
Me and you are not on the same team.
Correct. We are not on the same team.
So we should probably just explain how this works.
Okay. So the basic gist, actually, I forgot to turn my air conditioner off. I apologize to everybody.
John's going to turn the AC off so we can get nice and toasty. Basically, what we are doing is there are 6. We've invited 4 other people to join us live on this draft, and they'll be hopping in here in a couple minutes.
Yep.
Bourbon Bill, of course, from Bourbon Bill, and Chris from Bourbon Bill from Bourbon Bill, the Bourbon Bill channel.
Yeah.
Chris, Bourbon of the Week, and of course our buddy Brad from 717 and Bryan from 717.
Yep.
You guys have seen them before, maybe if you saw the Bottom and Bond showdown. Some of those, they were all in that, except for Chris.
Yeah. Yep. But we were on. Wow. You couldn't make it, yes. Yeah. Sorry. I keep saying we, like,
it's okay.
We were both.
It's all good.
You just couldn't make it that night. You were supposed to be. You made it in the comments. You made your impact felt.
I think I was sick. I forget
what happened.
I think I was sick.
You could have been.
Yeah. I couldn't be on Chris's stream.
True. Okay, so the sound bite here is it's 1 part fantasy football draft, 1 part whiskey collection creator, and a whole lot of fun. So I was very proud of that because it's 2 parts make a whole. Anyway.
That's very nice, dude.
Okay.
From a marketing perspective, very nice. It's great.
All right. So we are going to draft it like it is a fantasy football draft. Like we'll have snake draft, picks 1 through 6, and then in the next round it goes back 6 to 1, whole thing. If you want to see it, this is the draft overview. We've got all 6 of our teams up here. Brandon got 1st pick. I got 2nd pick. Brad got 3rd pick. Bill got 4th. Bryan got 5th, and Chris from Bourbon of the Week got 6th, and we'll go back to back. So that's what we got. It's going to be a fun time. If you want to participate, in the description down below, there is a link. It says draft your own team. In a vacuum, without anybody else's, you can draft your perfect team and put it down there at the very end at about 750-ish. Brandon and I are going to judge those, pick our favorite of those teams, just stay under the salary cap. So we are using BoozAPP and the fair price on BoozAPP for that system. So I think it's going to be a fun time.
And so drafting your own team and drafting the team that we think is the most awesome is how you win the giveaway tonight. So that's important to know.
Yep, that is the only way. Comments are always appreciated. Likes are appreciated. That helps us get out to more people.
Yep.
Sharing it with your friends. Yeah.
But to win the giveaway, you've got to draft your own team and put it in there for us.
Yep.
And then we're going to pick our favorite team at the end. So.
Okay. We're going to pour up something real quick because it is Gentleman and Whiskey. And even though it is a fantasy whiskey draft,
we need some whiskey.
So
super cool. I was down in Delaware this weekend. I actually just came back this afternoon. I stopped by the grog shop, saw my good friend Laura, who was she was in charge of doing all the barrel picks at the grog shop for a long time. She just retired. So Laura, if you're watching, congratulations. And from what she said, retirement's going great. She had some samples for me. So she hooked us up with an Old Carter VSB Batch 2 PLDC. I don't know what all those letters mean.
PLDC is just the area. It's Old Carter that's the batch 2 for this area. Old Carter does a lot of very small batch stuff.
Okay.
So PLDC is the batch, and they've done 2 batches.
So anyway, she hooked us up with this. I think we're going to start with this. It's 116 proof. So
I think it stands for Prestige LaDroit, which is the distributor for that lower Delaware, lower Maryland, DC area.
Lower. That's what she said. It's
slower. Okay.
Lower, slower.
Well, it makes sense because
looks like
that's where our capital is.
All right, dude. So, Laura, thank you so much. I'm so excited. So excited to try these. I don't get to drink a lot of Old Carters, so.
Yeah, so if you're down in that Rehoboth, Lewis, Bethany Beach area, the grog shop, Brandon's gotten quite a few picks from there. I have not gotten the chance to go, but
they do good picks. So there's a couple good spots down there with good picks, but that's one for sure that and their prices on things seem to be very fair. So
What's the proof on this? 116.
Yeah.
Ugh. That smells above its proof.
Awesome.
Got a little bit of a spicy boy there.
Right. So, hey, if you guys are in chat and you're sipping along with us, let us know. We're always interested to know what you guys are drinking, what you're enjoying. What's up, Mike? I see Mike's in chat. I see Dane is in chat. Brandon's first pick will be Wiggle. Great. Thanks, Dane. It won't be.
I can guarantee you it will not be that.
I should, dude. I should freaking pick Wiggle just to be like that.
Should have added a category just for PA bourbon.
Oh, that next year.
No.
Absolutely
not.
That's like your special teams is PA.
It's special, all right.
A kicker with both broken legs, like
punter.
Punter's blind. Sorry. What's up, Johnny Dean?
All right, let's get to some comments here.
All right.
That was.
Sorry, I'm just. I can see chat, so I'm just talking to people.
Bourbon of the week coming up very, very soon here. There we go. This thing loaded. Dean Bradley's here. Haley says my beard looks awesome. Thank you. Shane on Maine. Shout out to Shane in Leola, Maine Barbers. Johnny Dean, good evening all.
There he is.
Mike Sutton, cheers guys. Good to see you all in the house. Be sure to fill out your brackets. Not brackets. Your
draft.
Your draft.
Your team. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah.
And that link, if anybody missed it, is in the description of the video. So if you get out of the chat for a sec, and it probably says like see more in the description, you just click on that and that'll reveal the link. Click on that and go along with us round by round, and you can draft your own team. John, do you want to quick talk about the positions?
No.
Okay.
No, I want to bring our people on. Real quick though, down in the descriptions is the social media links to everyone who's joining us.
Oh yeah.
If for whatever reason you're not following Bourbon Bill or
Bourbon of the Week,
Chris from Bourbon of the Week, his links are down there. Bryan has a brand new Instagram, so let's go show him some love and some follows.
Why I couldn't find him earlier.
Yeah,
because I didn't know he has a new Instagram. That's dope.
And then Brad is at That Dad Can Cook. So those social media links are below. Show us some love. And we are going to bring everybody in.
Oh, let's do it.
All six, baby. How we doing?
What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
Hey, fellas.
All right, so let's go from the top. Let's have Chris introduce himself.
Yes, Chris, Bourbon of the Week. You mentioned it before, coming to you not from the Bourbon of the Week studio tonight. It's Sunday, and it's 85 degrees, and it's Memorial Day weekend, and I'm in the ice cream industry, so we couldn't take a night off from doing this, so I appreciate the invite, but we're doing it here from the ice cream store. But that doesn't mean that these picks are going to be any less good. I promise you that.
Awesome, dude. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate the dedication. And
Absolutely.
Nice mic, by the way.
Right, I love the Yeti's clutch. I'm still trying to figure it out. Audio isn't my best suit, but
not mine either. All right, going under to Brad.
What's going on, guys? Coming from That Dad Can Cook. I got some ribeyes in the oven right now, about to reverse sear, so got to get 7 top picks and get back to cooking. But
all right,
enjoying.
Now down below
here.
us, we got Yellowstone. Nice. Well, you are the Limestone branch manager. For those who don't know, Limestone branch is Yellowstone and Minor Case Rye. So that's his thing. Might go off the board at some point. All right, Bill.
Cheers, everybody. So I just got back from vacation, so we're going to be doing these on the fly here, but that doesn't mean they're going to be no less spectacular. So stay seated.
Dude, it's great to see a side view of your normal set.
Well, take a good look at it. We're moving soon. It's not going to see it too much longer.
Ooh, new set coming soon.
Yeah, for months. My wife's got a whole list of crap for me to do before I build my bourbon set.
Dude, I hear ya. All right, Bryan.
What's up, fellas? Thanks for having me on again. Super fun last time, and here to have some fun again. So, sipping on this beauty, courtesy of Uncle Dave.
Uncle Dave, nice.
Yeah.
I've not seen him in chat yet, but I'm sure he'll be here at some point.
Uncle Dave's got those hookups, man. That's nice.
All right, so you are drafting a team. If everybody looks kind of down and to the left, in between at the bottom right of your screen, it shows the draft order. and the positions. So your positions are going to be, you will draft 1 gem of your collection. You will draft 2 unfinished bourbons. You will draft 2 finished whiskeys. You will draft 1 American whiskey and 1 world whiskey, and you have $750 to make that collection. So we'll keep running tallies. I've got everything up on your screens, and in about a minute, we're going to start with Brandon's pick. Any questions?
Who's running the calculators? That's what I want to know.
That would be me and Google Sheets.
All right.
So
No cheating either. I'm checking these. I'm checking you, Bill. I know you're probably you're gonna tell us 125. I'm gonna tell you it's 132.
Well, there are some that have double. In that case, we will take the highest.
The cheapest.
Oh, is that true? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The cheapest.
I might have to do some new math here then.
Yeah. Chris's strategy's gone.
I went with the lower of the two.
Yeah, some of those are kind of absurd, though.
Yeah, that's why I liked them.
I'm going with particular store picks that are cheaper.
Correct.
Yeah.
In that case, you got to find an equivalent bottle on BoozAPP's fair price. So.
All right. We should be all right still. Might change up the strategy a little bit here, but I'm also on the phones. If anybody wants to make any trades, feel free to hit me up on the phone.
Oh, man. You've got to be a lot of fun in fantasy drafts, man.
People hate me.
I really wish that this jersey was an A.J. Brown jersey, but unfortunately, it is actually Carson Wentz for anyone watching. I had high hopes, man. I bought that jersey.
I bought one too. I haven't burned it yet, but it's in the fire pit,
I'll up you one because I got one that has a Super Bowl holographic logo on it. The Super Bowl he didn't play in.
Yeah, but he was a huge part of us getting there. So
yeah, I just keep telling myself.
All right, hey, we're gonna start this draft, Brandon. As soon as I hit this button, you will have 1 minute on the clock. Are you ready?
To just pick mine.
To just pick your bottle.
To pick his 2-year-old MGP. Come on, Brandon. I mean, everybody knows it. Gem of his collection. Smoke wagon, uncut, unfiltered. Move on.
Look, I can think of worse.
It's fantastic.
I can think of worse. All right.
It's fantastic. I love
Alrighty.
So I should take Smoke Wagon off my pick here? Is that what you're saying?
Well, let's find out right now. Nope, that's Bill. No, we need Brandon.
Hey, it's me. Hello. All right.
So a minute on the clock.
What do I do if I pick it? If I'm already done? What do I do if I'm
Put it in, man.
Huh?
Put it in.
Put it in where?
Like, announce it.
All right. I made my pick. I am picking my first bourbon as my round 1 pick. I am choosing ECBP C922. Fair price on BoozAPP. Oh no, dude. Uh-oh. On BoozAPP is $91.32.
All right, $91.32.
That's the expensive price.
ECBP
C922. Yep. That's number 1.
922. All right, the pick is in. Really poopy. I'm doing some stuff here. All right, so back to live main. Here in a second, it will be my pick. Please bear with me. I am so sorry. I'm just getting everything set up here. All right. So we will go with my pick. All right. So ECBP A123 or A122. I don't remember.
What I picked?
Yeah, what you picked.
C922.
It's fine. Got 51 seconds on the clock. All right. With the second overall pick in the Gentleman and Whiskey Fantasy Whiskey Draft, I select Stag 23A Batch 20. The fair price is $141.11. And that will be my unfinished bourbon.
Whoa.
All right.
Wow. So I am surprised that that's not the gem of your collection. Maybe you should be afraid.
Those go to that. All right. So the next pick is Brad's. Brad, you are on the clock.
It will not. It is not Yellowstone. It will not take me long though. My first pick for the draft, limestone branch managers here, but not going to be a limestone branch pick. I'm going to take Jack Daniel's, the 2020 twice barreled rye.
Wow.
All right,
The
what's
fair
on that?
price, get this, $68 on BoozAPP. Yes.
Oh man, I don't know
Go
about
ahead.
all that.
You check that right now.
Is that your American whiskey then?
It is.
Okay. All right. So cost is
And just be clear, I used the most expensive pick or the most expensive price I could find when I looked that bottle up.
68.
I see that. Wow, crazy.
What a great pick.
Can confirm.
All righty. Awesome. All right, so got back to our live main here and draft overview. It is to the Bourbon Bills. Minute on the clock.
All right. So I hope you're all sitting down for this one because, like Brad, we both enjoy a good Jack Daniels. I went with Jack Daniels Coy Hill small batch with a BoozAPP fair price of only $88.37.
Yep, that's a good pick.
All right.
Buy the
Jack
case.
Daniels Coy Hill small batch.
Buy the case. That's the 375 mil, by the way.
Yeah. Yep. I just saw that on there.
All right. So that is for your American whiskey, or is that for your bourbon?
That's my bourbon.
Okay. All right. What was the pricing on that again, Brandon?
88.37.
88.37. Nice.
All righty. Then that brings us to Bryan's pick. Bryan, you have 1 minute on the clock.
Great. I'm going to come out of the gate swinging here and pick my gem right away before it's gone, for sure. So with my first pick, I am going to pick this E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof for a fair price of $228.98.
Woo! 228 and how much?
$228.98.
98.
And it's
Go ahead, Bryan.
100%.
All righty. Got some heavy hitters coming out of here. And then with the final pick this round, we have Chris from Bourbon of the Week. Let me get your team up there, and we will go now. Chris, you are on the clock.
So this is the snake draft, so I get 2 in a row here. So I'm gonna pick my gem first, just because again I don't want it to get off the board here. I'm going with something a little bit easier on the price tag, so I can kind of fill some stuff in later. I'm going with Barton 1792 12 year, which is a fan favorite of mine, coming in at only 128.38.
Nice.
All right, and that is for the gem of your collection.
A little bit
Very
cheaper of a
nice.
gem.
You know what? Leaves you for some price elsewhere. Okay, so that is the last pick in our first round. We're going back to all 6 of us. Let's talk about it. Whose pick, aside from your own, did you like the best?
huge fan of barrel proof. Each Taylor barrel proof at that price point. Fantastic first round
Good
value.
spot for a bourbon. I agree. The
It was
Jack
good.
Daniels were some good prices though. I can't.
Yeah, I don't
argue.
know. I think I hate to pat myself in the back, but Brad and I here, I think we crushed it.
I can't help but to agree with that statement.
I think the Coy Hill was a sneaky pick, but it was a 375. So
I think what I like about the Coy Hill pick is like in my head that's your quarterback, and so Bill, I think you must have some kind of a plan if you're not making that your gem of your collection pick, and you found it for under $100. I think that's a great way to get that on your roster or your list, whatever.
Exactly.
I got to say that for sure, because that's that bottle is just, that juice is crazy.
All right, everybody hanging out at home, go on to the link I just dropped in the chat and determine your round 1 winner.
Oh, so they're voting on us.
They are voting on us as we go.
Everybody watching, cool.
So
1792 12-year. Chris, I've never even had that, man.
It's a fantastic pour. Fantastic bottle.
I believe that for sure. BCBP, thank you.
no problem.
Thank you. So John's just kind of updating the score sheet here.
Yeah, I'm doing stuff. I'm sorry.
No, dude, you're good. It's just what it is.
Where do we vote? Can I vote for myself?
Yeah.
If you can be in here and in chat at the same time, I mean, like, we can't stop
You can if you want to.
Can't stop you.
You can go the Bourbon Bill route.
What is that?
Voting for yourself.
Voting for yourself, yeah, right.
I voted for Brad too. It was a tie.
You did. That's right. You did. And I
Love
mean,
it.
like, right? Everybody in their own minds thinks they're right, so we all voted. We all think we're making good choices here.
I mean, I got to say 1792 12 years, like pretty much the only 1792 that's like drinkable. I mean, the full proofs are all right, but the 12 years are a real gem.
Some of
It
those
is-
foolproof store picks are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like foolproof store picks. The ones that I've had anyway. Dane has one that I know. Dane's not on here, but he's in chat, and I know I've had one of his, at least one of them that I really liked. And we did a do I like this? And I got one that I really liked. So I like your stag pick too. Obviously, like
Stag's an obvious pick. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I had a stag on my list. Unfortunately, it's crossed off now because all stags go off the list when one's picked. But
Oh.
yeah, John, you totally stole my first pick.
Sorry, guys.
it was a good one. It was a good one.
They're asking how we
Bourbon.
vote.
All you got to do. So John commented.
Yes.
John Gooch commented as John Gooch in the live chat, guys. So if you just scroll up a little bit, you'll see a link there. It says forums.gle/ a whole bunch of alphabet stuff. You can click on that. And you can go there and vote. Tails, my wife, says I vote for Dane appearance on a future live stream. Yeah, we definitely got to
Absolutely.
for sure. He could even like freaking. He's in Florida, I think, right now. He could like tune in from a pool in Florida. That'd be sick.
All right.
John, real quick, as we go to round 2, can you just refresh everybody how many finished American gems, unfinished? What are the bottle selections again?
Okay, so you get one gem of your collection, right? You get two unfinished bourbons. Wow, I'm confusing myself. 2 unfinished bourbons, 2 finished whiskeys, 1 American whiskey, can be anything that's not bourbon from America, and then you get 1 world whiskey. So that's your 7 positions. I have down at the bottom left there, I have updated round 1. Here is the bigger view of that. So that's the end of round 1. And here we go with Chris from Bourbon of the Week on the clock for the first pick of the second round. Let's go, Chris.
Getting a little nervous with seeing ECBP go so early. I've got to put out there Larceny Barrel Proof B521 to get the Larceny Barrel Proofs off the board for anybody else. Coming in at 114.33 as one of my 2, what do I have here? Unfinished bourbons.
All right.
Oh, that's a good one.
And I'm sorry, what batch was it?
B521, my favorite of the batches that I've had.
521.
Very
All
nice,
right.
dude. That's a good pick.
The chat is saying that they have not seen a link from John, just so you know.
That's weird. Oddness. Okay, and we will go to a different route.
I had to take the larceny off the board, seeing Elijah Craig go off that early.
All right. Hey, I'm gonna take you off real quick just to put us back alive, man. You see, my wife is not in here. Okay.
Hang on. Let me just look in the chat real quick. No, it's not putting him in there for some reason.
That's so weird.
That's so weird.
Okay. I wonder what we'll do in here.
What's up, Sherry? Nice to see you. We're trying, guys. We can see it on our end. Larceny, that's a good one, man. I like that pick. I like that pick a lot. I'm like simultaneously like trying to think about what I'm gonna do next.
All right. Did it pop up now?
Let me see. Maybe?
Seeing it.
No, I don't think so.
That's wild.
Probably a setting, yeah. Dane, you're probably right. It's blocking links.
Wow, we'll go a different route than this. While we do that, the next on the board would be Bryan. Bryan, you have 1 minute on the clock.
All right. So I think I'm going to pick my finish whiskey next before it disappears, because I think those are going to be harder to come by later in the round. So for my second pick, I'm going to go with the Old Elk Cigar Cut for a fair price of $142.92.
All right, Old Elk Cigar Cut.
Nice. I like that.
I can type.
You can type. You can do it.
For your finished whiskey.
Yep.
And what was your total there, Bryan?
$142.92.
$142.92 for Old Elk Cigar Cut.
All right. Okay. Our camera is doing its thing here. All right. So next on the clock would be Bourbon Bill.
All right. Well, here it is, folks. So I'm going for my gem of the collection here. And I cannot believe no one's been smart enough to take this one off the board yet. But it's going to be Russell's Reserve 13 year.
Ooh. Very nice.
Brad's crying. Now, there's one on here for $96.96. Oh, I see. I knew Chris started looking it up. $226.84.
$226.84. All right, John is.
No, listen. We only pay MSRP here. It should be like $90.
Well, that's why we're using the BoozAPP, I think, to level everything out. That's a good pick, though, man. That's a good one. John is adding a rescue ice pack.
So if it's just me, we'll stay entertained here. I mean, I think the game's over.
Game's not over.
we got a Coy Hill here. We got Russell 13.
Should be there somewhere.
I mean, you're talking bourbons of the year for everybody. back to back. Chris, you're muted, I think.
No, Chris isn't active. We'll go all
Halfway
six
through
here.
your budget right now.
That's all right. I got plenty of, I got plenty of low dollar ballers down here at the bottom.
It's gonna be tough when you're scrapping together some Evan Williams bottled and bond for $14.99.
Don't you
Hey,
assault
listen,
people.
don't you go
Oh,
there.
now everybody's got EW bottled and bond sitting there at the buy, so I got it on here. We'll see
Yeah.
what we need.
If there was
Not a
a
lot of
budget
money to
buy
spend there.
category, that'd be top in the charts.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I was about to take Russell's, Bill.
Well, hey, it's
I
unfortunately
had it on here.
when they rig this to favor themselves, we got
Nice.
The big question is, and I don't know if you saw John and I's video about Russell's batch 1, 2, and 3, but what batch tops the charts?
for me, it's got to be 1. I mean, I own 1, 3, and 5. I haven't tried 2 or 4. 1's my favorite. 5 is right there though. If you guys have had 5, it's kind of close to 1. Beats 3. 3 I really like, but it's just all oak. 3
And I
has just
like
got
3.
more oak to it.
I would
I'm
All
agree.
right,
a fan
hey,
of
Bill.
3 for me is over oaked for sure.
Yeah,
Bill, can you
I was
recap
the
yours
same way.
for me real quick?
Oh it was Russell's Reserve 13 for 226.84.
Tried to go with he tried to go with the $94 version first.
Or I'm sorry, 213.
No, 226.84.
yeah.
Just trying to give you a little bit.
Now listen, there's no such thing as over oaked. Whoever said that, but it's just
That was me, and yes, there is absolutely.
There
There
Is that your
definitely
gem?
over oaked.
That's his gem.
that's my gem. Yeah.
All right, sorry, we had camera
Batch 1.
issues. I gotta go get an ice cube to put behind our camera.
An ice cube.
Dude, if it an ice pack, I guess I should say.
Okay. I was like, it's just gonna melt on top of the camera all over your stuff.
No. We've actually done this before on long filming sessions, but this is the first time it has overheated on a live stream, so I'm gonna assume it's the cam link that I'm using. All right, so
Computers.
Bill's pick is in. The next pick is Brad, right? Brad?
I believe so.
All right, Brad.
Wait,
you
is
are
it
next.
Bryan?
I think
No,
it's Bryan.
picked.
I think
You're
it's
right.
Bryan.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Bryan, you're next.
I just picked. I'm picking again. Was it a snake draft or what?
No, you're right. It should be Bill. It should be Brad.
Yeah, my bad.
Did you get Bryan's pick?
Yes, I did get Bryan's pick. It was the old
Okay.
elk cigar cut. I put that up there.
All right, we're good then. It is my pick. With the second overall pick for the Limestone Branch Managers, I will be taking Old Forester Birthday Bourbon 2018 for a price of $225.
Nice.
I'm assuming that is your gem.
Unfinished. Yeah, unfinished.
All right, sorry, it was 200 and how much?
$225.
Wow.
Even or some change?
I was rounding, to be fair. So it was under 50 cents. If it's under 50 cents, I'm going down. If it was over 50 cents, then I'm going up. I mean, I'll listen. I'll go 226. If this is going to make this
What's the
fair for
actual
everybody,
fair price?
226
That's
it
all
is.
I want to know. All right, we're gonna put you in at 226.
It was
And
yeah,
we'll
it was
fix it.
225 and change. So if we need to round up, I was just going to even dollars to make it easier.
What was 220? Well, what's the change?
There you go. Look at that, Chris. Yeah.
Killing me. Chat, everybody in chat, $750 is the draft.
Yes.
Correct. That is the budget.
Okay. All right. So we are now back to myself.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
All right. So bring up my team real quick. For the gem of my collection, I am going to take Jack Daniel's 12 year for $220.59.
Nice.
All right. Thanks for bearing with us, everybody. We are going to Brandon for the final pick in the first round.
All right. For my second pick, I am going to pick the gem of my collection, and I'm going to go with Old Forester 150th Anniversary.
How much is that?
That is $297.74. He's an expensive one. 127 proof?
Does it say batch?
No.
Okay. Sounds
150th
great.
Anniversary.
All right. Now we're going to bring
Get
all
rid of all
six
the
of us
dating.
back in. What's up, guys?
Right. Okay.
All right. What did you guys think? Let's do a little analysis of that second round.
I think Brandon just blew a big wad on Old Forester 150 for
So did Bill
$300.
Bill on that Russell's, I'm telling you.
Yeah, but mine was still cheaper and better. So you gotta go with that.
Did we pick
I-
a batch on
I-
that Russell's 13? Do we have
Yeah,
to
batch
specify?
one.
You said batch 1? Okay.
Yeah.
I've only had one of them, so if you picked the batch that I didn't like, I would have been like, nope, that's out.
Which batch did you have, Chris?
The 3.
I'm liking Bourbon Bill's Russell 13 pick the best of that
It's
round.
definitely
I
a
think.
good pick. It's a
Yeah.
big chunk of change, I agree, but definitely a good pick.
Oh,
The
you
only
know,
other,
It's-
I guess you can't. I was gonna say if you did a poll maybe in your chat and gave it all like 30 seconds to vote, but then you gotta
I
type
can.
it out
Just
5
comment in
times.
here. I don't know why it's not working, but
Yeah, just comment. Let's just keep
You probably have a
going
link.
then.
You probably have a link problem where you can't
Here.
share links.
you are probably correct.
I hate technology so much.
So many settings.
So many
By the way, I
settings.
heard the rumor was that for John and Brandon to get first pick, they had to film that randomizer thing like 28 times.
I've seen all the. I want to see the full uncut raw footage.
Yeah.
I can make
Yeah,
that
it's a
happen
scam.
for you.
Yeah, we thought there was a little collusion going on back here.
Look, I didn't want the second pick. I wanted sixth, honestly.
Trading a
Let
Jack
everybody get through.
for a E.H. Taylor over there,
I
Yeah.
couldn't believe it. When I saw that, when he texted that and I saw that, I was like, oh no, everybody's gonna think that we rigged it. Like everybody's gonna think that.
Wait,
It's
did
terrible.
you guys? John and Brandon gave me an E.H. Taylor straight rye for taking the first and second pick. Did you guys not get that?
Oh, I'm still waiting on mine in the mail. I
Oh,
think.
man.
Oh, that's
No,
weird.
no.
That's so weird.
Mine
I already
must have gotten
traded it away
wrong.
for something more drinkable.
I guess I wasn't supposed to say that. Sorry.
Sheesh.
Brad, come on, dude.
My bad.
Have some tact, dude.
We paid you hush money, dang it.
Yeah,
Means you
hush dollars.
hush.
Hush whiskey.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right. Almost here. Then we're gonna try and get through that next round pretty quickly. That was the gem of the collection. Sorry, just updating here real quick so that we can be on our best foot forward. Bill's Russell's 13. Great.
I gotta
pick.
tell you, the graphics here today are on point. I don't know how you
yeah.
set all these different screens and everything up, but they are legit.
I gotta be honest, most of these are window captures from Google Sheets.
That's okay. You
John.
captured it. I know there's a lot to go into those captures, so
Look, it's
I
all
don't
John.
think
'cause
Brad's a
I
fan
would
of
not be
Google
doing
Sheets.
any of this.
Oh, I know
I don't-
Brad's not a fan of Google Sheets, and I really don't care.
I don't know what Google Sheets are. Just get Excel.
I don't
That
know
is a
what
joke from the
Google
other day at
Sheets
Vin's
It's
house.
like Excel for millennials.
is. It's so awesome.
All
Yeah, I already learned how to use Excel. I don't need to learn how to use Google Sheets.
it's the same thing.
It's in the cloud. I don't know where the cloud
in
is
the
at.
cloud.
Don't
Where is
ask
the
me
cloud?
where that.
Clouds in the sky, Brad. Come on.
Okay, all right. So I have done all of this. This is our draft overview at the moment. We've had our first finished whiskey off the board. I got to fix that old Forester 150th, but I'll do that in a second. Everything else looks great. We've had our first rye off the board, a lot of gems of our collection. Do you have 2 GCs?
What?
Did you take
No.
EC? Oh, okay. ECBP was your bird.
Yeah.
I got to fix that. All right. Now, Brandon, are you ready for your next pick?
Sure. I'm ready for my next pick.
1 minute on the clock. Let's go.
All right. I am going to grab my first finished whiskey. And I am going to take Penelope Architect. Because what kind of a Penelope Architect's team would I be if I didn't take Penelope Architect?
I got to be honest. I cannot hear Bill right now, but I can feel Bill. I can feel Bill's judgment. All right, how much is the?
It is $79.18.
$79.18 is the fair price.
Yeah.
Which is not far off from what I have seen it at Total Wine.
It's 65 some places.
Okay.
Here in PA, but
All right, so I am the next pick.
that is my pick.
Up. All right, so I have my gem of my collection off. I have one of my finished bourbons off. $1 left. All right. All right, well, we're just going to roll with it. I'm going to take Blue Note Uncut for my second unfinished bourbon. So Blue Note Uncut, the shelf price is $41.78.
I'm not surprised in the least that you took a Blue Note.
Okay. Fine. Okay, next on the clock is Brad. Brad, you are up with a minute on the clock.
All right, I'm gonna go with a finished bottle on this pick. Third pick, I'm going Nulu small batch French oak finished for a fair price of $95.
Those Nulus have really crept up, haven't they?
They have, yeah. I feel like they're pretty consistent in the like $80 to $100 range.
Yep.
Depending on how many Nulus you've had. Most of them I feel like are worth that kind of money. I would stay away from most of the standard small batch and reserves for that kind of dollar price. But the toasted, all the finished ones that I've had, John's got the Amburana, even the brandy finished ones are really quite delicious. And the ryes, I got a toasted rye from Indiana that was $95. That is incredible.
All right, we got to keep moving here. So the next pick is Bill.
All right, well, I thought Brandon was talking there for twice. 2 picks. Pick a Nulu. But anyway, all right, we're going to go with finished whiskey here, something that's actually good. Sagamore Sherry Finish Rye, which was a darling last year, I think. And I think it got my second place rye of the year last year. Fair price of $94.09, which I think that's kind of funny because I've never seen one priced more than $79.99 in the store for those that don't have one.
That's fair. I'm sure that not near us is probably the thing there.
Must be California ruining prices for all of us.
Yeah, California ruins a lot of things.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They ruin a lot of things now. They ruin my BoozAPP pricing.
All right, Bryan, you have a minute on the clock.
All right. For my second finished whiskey pick and third overall pick, I am going to go with a rye that opened me to ryes, and I would encourage anybody who thinks they don't like rye to try it. And that's Sagamore Spirit Rye Double Oak. for a fair price of $81.86.
All right. So you
Right?
said $81 and how much?
86 cents. 81.86.
That. All those. Really wish I didn't have to do this on the fly, but that's fine. Okay, so for our last pick, let's go to Chris from Bourbon of the Week.
I'm also
Sure.
going to go with a finished whiskey. This obviously can include double oaked. And while there might be some controversy on this one, I'm going to say it anyway. It doesn't say double oaked specifically, but it's called 2XO, which is 2 times oaked. The Phoenix blend, which was a very good bottle and one of those that maybe if you're not real big into that double oaking process, you can still get your hands behind it. Coming in at a little bit pricier than I wanted at 107. 107.
Right.
That was on my list, Chris. I was looking at that too. I think that's a great pick.
All right.
Yeah, I
Back
think
to
MSRP is
everybody in
100,
between
so.
rounds here. What do you guys think? Who won this round?
I think everybody got some good picks in there. Some pretty good prices, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I like those picks a lot. Got a couple finished bourbons in there, some good selections. I had a big conversation with Sherry and Chris about the 2XO. They are a big fan of the Phoenix blend. I'm an innkeepers guy. That's just me. You know, Chris had some choice words for me about that, but you know, here we
Chris,
are.
Chris, you don't like the innkeepers.
He said I had poor taste in innkeepers.
Oh.
That Phoenix is, you know, I'm here. Phoenix is here.
And
I got
I had that same
Brad.
conversation with Sherry and Chris a few weeks prior, Brad, and they encouraged me to pick up the Phoenix blend, and I agree with them. It is better than the Innkeeper.
I don't know, Brad. I gotta say, your palate pretty much aligns with every bourbon YouTube reviewer. They all prefer the innkeepers.
That's fair.
I don't dislike the Phoenix. It's really good. I just, for some reason, innkeepers to me is a little bit better.
Definitely oakier.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like now I just want to try them side by side.
We can do that.
You know what,
can
though,
arrange
Brandon?
that.
It ain't worth the $200 for 2 bottles.
Says
That-
who?
Says
That sounds like
everybody.
a personal opinion.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
Bill's word is law, didn't you know?
It's like a $75 bottle.
The Dixon doesn't like that.
That's all right.
Dixon doesn't like that.
Once he starts putting me on his payroll, I'll change my mind.
There you go.
Nice.
At $100 a bottle, maybe they can afford it.
Exactly.
All right, finishing up all of this, Penelope Architect. I'm the only one that did not take a finished whiskey that round.
I got a little. I wasn't going to, but I got a little nervous. People started taking them off the board. I didn't want to lose some picks.
It's like the run on quarterbacks
Yeah.
in a fantasy draft.
Somebody picks one in the 4th round, and everybody's got to pick one.
Messed this up, didn't I?
Probably.
Yeah, I did.
Kidding.
I feel like the world whiskey is kind of like a kicker.
Yeah.
You would think, but I
know.
got the next pick, and let me tell you what's coming up.
Oh boy.
Well, don't tell us.
No, I won't yet. I won't yet.
All right, Chris, you are on the clock.
Well, speaking of world whiskeys, I'm not that versed. My name's Bourbon of the Week for a reason. I've moved into the rye world and everything like that. Not a big world whiskey guy, but Redbreast 12-year cash strength is going to be my world whiskey. I've had a sample of it, thought it was delicious, and at 105.86, I think I gave myself enough room with my gem to really splurge here on the Redbreast 12 cash strength.
What a pick, man. I love that.
That's awesome.
I think it's going to be a fan favorite as well. A lot of people will recognize it. It'll be in the conversation of world whiskey.
I agree. All right, Bryan, we're going to keep rolling. You are on the clock.
Okay, for my American whiskey, not bourbon pick, and my 4th overall, I am going to go with something that seems to be flying today, and that's a Jack Daniels pick. I'm going to go with Triple Mash for a fair price of $49.69.
$49.69. What
It
a
blew me
steal,
away
man.
the first time I had it. It's amazing pour.
I completely agree. All right, Bill, you are on the clock.
All right. Well, I had to go. Well, actually, what I'm decided here, actually, I didn't have this one quite fleshed out. So give me 1 second. Luckily,
You
I have
have a minute.
Well, I like to be quick and on the ball here. We're going with one of my favorites. How about a Wilderness Trail Rye store pick from TPS for $64.99, and that's going to go in my American whiskey there.
Just gonna go single barrel. And how much was that again?
Well, specifically, the TPS Wilderness Trail Rye here is $64.99 in BoozAPP.
Works for me. And that is for your
American whiskey.
American whiskey?
Yep.
Awesome.
And if you haven't had Wilderness Trail, you better pick one up. Definitely get one of the cash strengths for those watching. That stuff's phenomenal.
All right, moving on to Brad.
For my world whiskey, I'm going to pick the Balvenie 12-year Caribbean. Fair price, $115.
Okay. Is it 12 year or 14 year?
They have both. 12-year is my pick.
That was how much money again?
$115.
115. Works for me. All right. Moving on to myself. All right. So I have 2 unfinished bourbons, a gem of my collection. All right, we're just gonna roll with it in the most John pick ever. I'm going to, oh no, I can't.
You can't?
I can't.
Nope. And you have a minute, buddy.
I'm fine. All right, so instead of that, I'm going to take Taconic Distillery Double Barrel Maple Syrup Finished at $40.69. Brandon, are you ready?
Yep.
All right.
Sure am.
Brandon, you are on the clock for the last pick of this round.
All right. Last pick of this round, and I am going to take Wheelhorse Toasted as my second finished bourbon. And I will tell you what the value of it is. $34.99.
Is criminally undervalued.
Yep, it is. That's why I picked it. And also it's awesome. And also I'm awesome. Go team. Penelope Architect.
All right, back to all 6 so they can roast you for that.
Don't tell them what to do.
I'm not telling them what to do. I'm just telling Bill to be himself.
Look, I can only say so many things, and I better keep my mouth shut, you know?
Hey, don't kick me when I'm down, Bill.
I feel like we should do a check-in and see who spent the most so far. Do we know that?
That is a good idea.
Yeah, we do actually.
Halfway through here a little bit, right?
1 second. All right, so we'll go in alphabetical order. Bill has 275.71 remaining.
That's tough, Bill. That's tough.
Are you sure?
Brad has 246.46 remaining. Brandon has 246.77 remaining.
That's right, Brad. I told you.
Brian has 246.55 remaining. Wow, that's funny. Chris has 294.43 remaining.
That's how you do it, folks. That's how you do it.
And I have $446.94.
440 what? You haven't picked
Four-
your gem yet, have you?
440. Oh, I have. I got Jack Daniels 12 as my gem.
Okay.
That's why.
It's
I like
only
that.
$220.
JD 12s.
So I have $446.
You got
That's
a lot of
nuts.
room to work.
I feel
I-
like
I-
John's gonna pick a nice scotch at some point, though.
Yeah, he's gonna have money to spend.
Always have money to spend. That's not actually true. Sometimes I don't have money to spend, but I spend it on whiskey. All right. Finished whiskeys. Sorry, just.
I think there's a lot of good bottles out on the board still for me here.
I agree with that.
There's a lot. Yeah. I feel better knowing that 4 of us are at like $246 exactly.
That's so funny.
That
Looks
makes me
like
feel better.
Chris and I are the big money savers here.
Got to
Yep.
keep your budget.
I think if you check that math again, you'll see that I have quite a bit of money remaining.
And we have what? 4 picks left?
3 picks left, yeah.
3 picks left.
3.
3 left.
Sorry, just finishing up this round real quick.
Gotta literally like do research.
Yeah,
every
right.
5 rounds here.
Take a little bit of time because there's a lot of stuff off the board.
Seriously.
Well, thank God Brandon took that wheel horse off the board for me. That was really going to be in my pick here.
Today's stream
Well,
sponsored by Green River.
Yeah.
I love Green River. I love everything they're putting out.
And just like a fantasy football draft, it never goes the way you think it's going to go.
That's
Nope.
true. Very true.
All right, so from that past round, what do you guys think about the picks that were made? Let's talk about that while John is
Yeah, I'm
Updating
working as
score
fast as
sheets
I
here.
can. I'm sorry.
John is clicking and copying and pasting and changing colors as faster than
Humanly possible.
no.
I don't know about humanly possible.
John's a human, so but
I really like that red breast cast strength pick, Chris.
It's just again, I think it's going to be something people recognize. They're going to know it. So
It was a well done under the radar pick there, I will say.
I had to get it out early, in case somebody else. Redbreast could have been one that a lot of people went with. So I wanted to make sure I didn't lose it because then we were down to Bushmills and Jameson, and I didn't know if that was going to work.
There's nothing
forget
wrong with
Crown Royal.
Jameson. Nothing
Crown,
wrong.
yeah, a little Crown Peach
Crown
maybe.
Royal.
Oh, Crown Peach. Oh,
Oh,
Look,
oh.
don't threaten me with a good time. All right,
Everybody
so real quick,
writes down Crown Peach.
this is our draft overview as to what we've got currently. Finally saw some world whiskeys go off the draft. And starting off the 5th round, we've got Brandon.
all right. So for the 5th round, I'm gonna pick my second bourbon. I'm gonna go with Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Oh, nice pick.
That is one of my favorite high proof staple. Pretty easy to find. I just love it. I love them so much. I just got one recently that's up at 130 proof again. Super excited. Got one, a 375 that's 133 proof when I was in Kentucky. Love them.
What's the price on that?
Fair price is $86.82. And I feel
Alright.
awesome about it.
I mean, yeah, that's for sure a good pick.
Gotta get Jack on my team. Everybody else I feel like has Jack on their teams.
That's fair. All right. So I am on the clock with. For some reason, the timer is not resetting every time we do this. So, there we go. All right. So I have a finished whiskey, both of my unfinished bourbons, a gem of my collection, a finished whiskey, or an American whiskey. All right. So I'm going to go American whiskey. And I'm going to go Obtainium Light Whiskey. So the Obtainium Light Whiskey on here is 140 proof. Shelf price is $48.47. That is criminally undervalued.
That's stupid.
Agreed.
What? Could have done research ahead of time. Let's get this done. Very nice.
Eat. I feel like I'm taking a lot of homer picks here. A lot of stuff that I know that I like.
A lot of what?
Like they call them homer picks.
Homer picks.
Yeah. All right. So Brad, you are on the clock.
I'm going to take my gem of the collection,
Oh,
and it is going to be the Woodford Double Oaked at a price of $120.
Old double oak.
now that is a 375, correct? Not that
It
we're
is. Yeah, let's
we're
not
new to
talk
that.
about that. Let's not talk about that. It's half a bottle for that price.
Well,
You-
look, Bill took a 375 there, so
Well, that wasn't his gem though. It was just a bourbon.
that's true. All right, what was the price on that?
120.
120.
You just have a
120.
short quarterback. It's okay. You're tall.
You have the Kyler
Short
Murray.
quarterback.
You have the Kyler
That's-
Murray of
That's
quarterbacks.
hurtful.
You got a McNabb, dude. You know?
Yeah, I wasn't short.
Yeah.
Listen,
Kyler Murray's
McNabb is a great quarterback. I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't say
City
he
of
wasn't great. I'm
Philadelphia
just
hating
saying
on
he's-
him a little bit.
I'm just saying he
All
wasn't
right,
tall.
guys, we got to move on. Bill, you are on the clock.
All right. Well, I can't believe no one's taken this because it really is, a fantastic bourbon. I'm gonna have to go with for my second unfinished bourbon there, a little Wild Turkey Rare Breed because no collection is complete without it.
No,
For-
I've literally been waiting for you to make this pick.
For a fair price, which is ridiculous, I've never paid this much for it in my life, of $63.06.
That,
And
you
now
know, that
it's
is
gone.
actually pretty ridiculous, not gonna lie.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
I've never even seen it. I've never seen an asking price higher than like $55 for it.
that's fair. All right, Brian, you are on the clock.
All right, for my fifth overall pick, I think I am going to go with what I consider to be the workhorse of the higher proof budget whiskey world. And ironically, it has one of the biggest corks of any bottle, which is Old Grandad 114. That's it's a fair price of $38.91.
Solid. That's all I have to say. You're going with the zero RB strategy here.
Got to save the budget.
You know what? You got to do that. All right, Chris, you are on the clock.
Somehow we haven't had this one go off the board yet. I'm on my second for bourbon, and this is going to be Knob Creek, specifically the 12-year. I think I call it the Goldilocks of the Knob Creek lineup. The 9-year, it is what it is. The 15 for me just wasn't right. The 18 tasted a little good, but at $170, I didn't like it. The Knob Creek 12-year, the best of both worlds, at $94.57 for that bottle right there.
$94.57.
Chris, I like that pick a lot.
That's a great pick.
Good.
man.
I think it's a good pick. We haven't had a lot of Knob Creek, not even a lot of Jim Beam, to be honest with you.
Yep.
All right, so that is the end of this round. Let me update things real quick. How we all feeling about how this is going?
I like the Knob Creek pick. Great
Good
pick.
pick. That's a good
Yeah.
pick.
I
Solid
thought
choice.
about taking Knob Creek 15. 12, 15, both fantastic bottles in my opinion.
Yeah, I was looking at 15 and 12 also. 12 was one
I
of
had the
thinking
rare
about.
breed on there, and an obvious pickup, a rare breed. You can't. We were all just waiting for it to see when it would go off, and it could fall if it would fall to us. But I saved a little bit of money. That gets you that extra $40 to get that Knob Creek pick in there instead. But I think rare breed's an obvious draft pick. So
For sure. I do agree with that. I mean, and I think too, in the whiskey world, especially on YouTube, the way rare breed comes up over and over and over and over again, it's good to see it, I think, make a list for sure.
yeah, I mean,
It's a good benchmark.
Completely agree. I got to be honest, that old Granddad 114 is a sneaky pick too.
It is also a very good pick for the price point. You know, you got to save a little bit of money over here when you start picking these big boys early.
And I feel like the price on
Very true.
BoozAPP isn't fair. $38. I think the most I've ever paid is 23 for old Granddad.
We don't get the 114 over here, so we gotta go shopping for that.
That's too high proof for PA residents. No way.
The LCB doesn't like that.
Now we top out at a hundo. That's it.
Yeah.
Good luck.
It's one of those head scratchers that's like, why doesn't PA actually
Why do we get
this?
regular old Granddad and bonded, but we don't get the 114?
It's too expensive for the clientele that buys it.
I guess.
$25 bottle.
Jerry, we have a trophy.
Yeah, we have a trophy.
That's what we have going on here. So
That's,
there will be a winner that will get this trophy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep. I will mail it to you with samples and a little mini Blanton's if you want to put
I want
that
my
inside
sample
the
and
cup.
the trophy. That's how I'm going to
Yeah.
drink out of it.
Yeah.
I think I'll wear that as a necklace, like Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
It's
I would be super careful with putting high proof in there because it very well might
melt
peel the
and-
paint.
You might be drinking paint. Yeah. Don't do that.
All right,
Just
let
got
me
lead
remind
poisoning.
everybody where we're at on this round. We saw quite a bit of unfinished bourbons going. Got Woodford Double Oaked for our second 375, which is pretty cool. All righty then, Chris, you are on the clock for the first pick of the 6th round.
Now, I like to keep things controversial, so I'm going to ask this before we go. I'm going to pick for my second finish, which is going to be another double oaked, is Old Forester 1910. Now, the rules specified it must state double oaked on it. Are we going to count that, or are we going to not allow that?
I think it does on the back. I'm counting it. I'm fine with that,
I
Brandon.
would count it.
Okay.
I would count it. Everybody
Old
knows
Forester
that that's
1910. We're
everybody
counting it.
knows
I
that.
like that pick. I think Old Forester, we had a couple of them already. The 150 scared me. I didn't know if that took my 1910 off the board, but again, just another staple in the whiskey world.
I think
I
that's
think you're good.
I think that's
For finished
That comes in at
whiskey,
$73.81. A little pricey
Ooh.
again, but you know, it is what it is.
you know what? You got to go with it.
you're paying for that one.
You got
Yeah,
126
it's normally what,
left.
55 or something like that? I got
Yeah.
100.6 left. That's perfect. That's all I need.
All right, going to Bryan for the next pick.
All right. With my 6th pick, I'm going to go with the unfinished bourbon, and I feel like I might be stealing this one from Brandon just a little bit because I know it's a bottle he enjoys, and that's Heaven Hill 7-year bottled and bond for a
Yeah, you definitely
fair
saw that
price
one.
of $71.36.
That's a good one, Brian. That is a good one.
And that is for what again? For your
Unfinished bourbon.
Very nice.
Dude, way to go with the workhorses coming last. I kind of view those or unfinished bourbons as kind of like running backs, and that is a great zero RB strategy. All right, going to Bourbon Bill.
All right. Well, I can't believe no one has said this yet, but we're gonna pick for my 6th pick here.
Yeah.
Finished whiskey. We're going with Peerless Double Oak. Oh, well, they're a smart person, whoever that was. It's going to be a fair price of $120.98.
Leaves you with $91.61 for your last one, which I'm sure is going to be a fun one since you don't really like anything.
I was going to go with Johnny
whiskey.
Walker Blue, but I don't have enough money for that.
No. All right, going to Brad. Brad for our next pick.
This is also going to be a quick pick. I think Brandon's going to like this one since he took every other bottle that they distill. Green River with the Blue Note Crossroads. To be fair, I did take the Nulu French Oak. This is another French Oak finish, toasted bourbon, Crossroads, top notch, price of $60. Great bottle for $60.
Brad, it was that or Wheel Horse Toasted for my second finished bourbon.
I knew
love
it
that
would
pick.
be. I knew it would be.
All right. And then it is me on the clock next. About to cut them off. Timer off and back on. So I do need a minute.
Uh-oh. John's sweating a little bit now.
Say I'm sweating. Dude, there's finished whiskey.
He's looking through his notes on his phone.
World whiskey.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he can't find what he's looking for.
Oh, this is ticking down.
Uh-oh. I can't even see it. I didn't have the timer up. Running out of time.
All right. We're going to go with, for my world whiskey, we're going to go with Cavalon Sherry Cask, which is a Taiwanese whiskey. Had my first bit of Cavalon the other day at Vin's house, and it was freaking amazing.
I was literally going to ask you if you've ever had that.
I have had the Sherry Cask. It was wonderful, and that comes in at $221.99, which leaves me $186 for a finished whiskey.
Nice. Sick.
All right, Brandon, you are last pick in this first round. Or sixth round.
All right, so I am going to pick my American whiskey, and I am going to choose Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye.
Ooh.
I want to get a rye on my roster, and at 81.78. 81.78. I think this is a super solid pick. I like it a lot, and yep, I think it's a workhorse. Gets my American whiskey taken care of.
All right, everybody's back in. What are we thinking here, boys?
Brandon, what was yours again?
Rare breed rye.
Ah, that's a solid.
What was the price point on that? The rare breed rye.
81.78.
Some of these prices are tough. It's tough to work with.
I paid for it. I paid for it for sure.
Yeah. That's a good pickup though. Gotta have a rye.
I like that. I like
Gotta
that
have
pick.
a rye on the roster.
Rare breed rye is
What is
one of my
everybody?
favorites.
What is everybody left with? I have to go. I have non-American left.
I have an
I got world
unfinished.
whiskey as well.
World whiskey. So I got
Yeah,
left.
World whiskey. Couple world whiskey, couples un-American. All right.
I only got
Not a lot of budget.
$67 though.
That's
$67.
That's the tough part. I got a little bit over 100 to work with here. I even started searching some extra stuff to see if I could spend a few more bucks.
Yeah,
I
I'm
got about 112 left, I think, from my math.
I was calling up Bill to see if I could borrow any money from him.
Yeah. It's sad, buddy.
Yeah, no money left over there. John's probably got like $285 left for his last pick.
That Cavalon took quite a bit of money off of it.
Did it?
Yeah. If you get the chance, that stuff is fantastic, though. It is much more like an American whiskey, and it's just great. It's just great.
Now let's so we've all picked our gem, is that correct?
Yes.
I'm assuming nobody has enough money left for this, but I was gonna go a different route with Wild Turkey's Masters Unforgotten. But that was coming in at $353.12, and that would have really that bottle. Yep. I have it still as to this day as the best whiskey that I've personally ever had. It is that good.
I had Wild Turkey Decades on my gem list. Price I think was $305.
It's just tough once you start moving. You take half your budget out on one bottle.
Yeah, $305 is. You're picking budget bottles from there on out.
Yeah, then I was down to the rare breeds and the Woodford Double Oaks and it's.
Oh man.
Bear with
I just
me.
want to say, John, whatever you're doing over there, you're doing a fantastic job because the presentation looks fantastic. I can tell you that.
Thanks, man. I'm doing my best. Spent half the week doing all this stuff. But you know what? It's worth it.
I can
It's a
only
fun
imagine.
time.
Color coordinated and everything. Make it
We
easy
have
for
it.
us.
We have it for next year, and it's great. All right, so we all of our picks are in. This is what we're looking at so far. So we've got one pick left. Brandon, you are on your world whiskey.
Yeah. Yep. I'm on my world whiskey.
I have to have a finished whiskey. Brad, I missed something somewhere with Brad. I think his Old Forester birthday bourbon was incorrect. I'll have to ask him about that. But I think he needs an unfinished bourbon. Bourbon Bill needs a world whiskey. World whiskey for Bryan, and for Chris, he needs a. Chris,
What am
do
I?
you need?
Bourbon Bill is ready to roll. He's got it.
All right,
American
well,
whiskey, not American whiskey, non-bourbon for me.
Gotcha. Okay, so all right, awesome. We're gonna keep rolling. Brandon, you are on the clock.
Great.
Let's go. He's looking.
I'm looking. Yep. World whiskey, not my thing. So this is, come right down to it here. You know what? I'm gonna pick as my final pick, my world whiskey, a bottle that started the whiskey journey for me as far as like whiskey and cigars and tasting and everything. I'm gonna go with Glenlivet 12.
Glenlivet 12, nice.
Glenlivet 12. I have enough budget for that.
What is the price on that?
Fair price is $66.82.
82.
Yep.
Alrighty. Then it is me on the clock with a minute left.
What do you need? Finished?
Yeah, I need finished whiskey.
Finished whiskey.
Okay, so for my final pick, my final finished whiskey, I'm going to go with Starlight Single Barrel Cigar Batch. So an Amburana finished, and that is a total of $140.98. So leaves me with about $40.
Good grief. You went lighter. You went a little lighter on your Jack 12 on your Crown Jewel or quarterback or whatever. Nice.
All right, out to Brad. You are on the clock.
So I have a quick question before I make this pick. My last pick is unfinished. Does it have to be unfinished bourbon, or is rye okay?
I think it needs to be bourbon.
Okay. Okay. Listen, I got a backup pick then. So
Okay.
this is probably going to come with a whole bunch of comments. I am taking Evan Williams Single Barrel for $48.
Nice.
A solid budget bourbon.
That is a
solid
that's
budget
an Uncle
bourbon.
Dave bottle right there. I think
It
every
is.
time I think of Evan Williams Single Barrel, I think Uncle Dave.
Speaking of Uncle Dave, he's in the chat.
Speaking of Uncle Dave, Uncle Dave is
Listen,
in the chat.
it went Kentucky only early this year. Unfortunate.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, we got to go on to the next pick. We got Bill. Bill, you are live, a minute on the clock.
All right. Well, listen, trying to use as much money as possible to get the best for all of you folks. We went with quite a rarity that I think a few of you have seen. We're going with Crown Royal Noble Rye 16-year Canadian. So for all those that, like a little bit of age, I didn't let you down. Price on that, $89.53, which uses just about all my money remaining. That's my world whiskey, by the way.
$2.14 remaining. Look, man, that is prime budgeting right there.
Very nice.
All right, moving on to Bryan. Bryan, you are on the clock.
All right. Might get made fun of for this pick, but I got to go to my roots. The whiskey that got me into whiskey, I got to do a Jameson. I'm going to do Jameson 12-year for a fair price of $81.85.
It's you with more money than even I have left. Dang.
12-year, man. That's you want to sip that
You do.
seriously. And honestly, if you've never had Jameson Black in an old fashioned, it's probably the best whiskey you'll ever have in an old fashioned.
You know what? I love that. I absolutely love that. All right, Chris, you are on the clock with your final pick.
So like I said, I budgeted as well. I do have a little bit of money left here. I'm going to have some left over, and this might be a controversial pick, which is why I saved it for my last pick. People either loved it or hate it. I'm going Barrel Seagrass Rye, coming in at 97.55. If I had some more money, I would have went with the 16-year, but this is one of those bottles I just absolutely loved. I thought it was unique. I thought it was different, and I absolutely loved it.
Nice, man. I think that's great.
No,
I
that's
feel
not.
like-
That's my non-bourbon American.
There you go.
Very nice.
All righty. Well, that is the end of our
Blind.
draft.
Last
And now
out of
comes the
last.
fun.
Yes. Terrible.
Oof. Dang.
Oh man.
He's
Oh,
just saying that
goodness.
now to throw me off for the win here.
I'm sorry. I don't. Yeah.
Put us all back on the screen so I can talk about his pick.
You are all back on the screen.
Oh, we're
Come
all
on
back
now.
on the screen. Let me just
Well,
say, a Kentucky-only release is tough these days, okay? Not
Listen,
everybody
until
can get their
early this
hands
year, it
on
wasn't
one.
Kentucky only.
Listen,
Recently, a Kentucky only release.
Yeah,
That-
don't.
Bottles on
Just
shelves
because
in
I
New
had
York.
choice words for seagrass doesn't mean you
Listen,
gotta
that's
come
like
after me like that.
that's like the Flyers. You can only watch it on one channel, and if you don't buy YouTube TV and the premium channel, I'm just saying, I'm not paying the extra for. I'm not driving to Kentucky for it.
I hear you. I hear you.
Uh-huh.
You gotta get shifty to
everybody
win
else's
these
board.
kinds of things.
I gotta see everybody else's board so I can talk crap on them too.
Yeah, we gotta
Give me 1 sec.
We gotta see them. I need to
I
see.
feel
everybody,
like
so.
some of the guys that got 375 bottles don't really stack up.
Brian, just
They're cheating
don't.
at those
No,
375.
don't
prices.
break it up.
I'm just saying
don't
when
break it up.
when Jack Daniels goes on buy one week, you guys are all screwed. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's true, right?
Well, if Green River closes its doors, Brandon and I are paddling that canoe
We're done,
together.
dude. Yeah.
I
Oh,
only
Green
know
River
man.
and Jack
single
Daniels
Delaware
was a
Jeff,
fan
Brad.
favorite tonight.
Look, Jack's putting out some good stuff, all right?
My son for the win in the comments.
Jack, that's what surprised me is Jack had more picks tonight than I think the Buffalo Trace family.
I think everybody was nervous. Everybody was going to go Buffalo Trace. I tried to keep them off my list.
It's so hard to go Buffalo Trace, though, because of
The
the
prices.
fair prices.
Yeah, the prices just throw you off.
Well, I
Yeah.
came out swinging with Barrel Proof right away. I wanted that one because that's one of my favorites.
I was going to throw a double WB Saffel in there. I don't even know what price that came up at.
That's another 375 though.
That's what.
Yeah.
Well, everybody didn't know we were allowed to do half bottles here.
Can I also just comment? Why did Brandon not take C920 as the EH or the Elijah
The
Craig
ECBP?
barrel proof?
Yeah. I don't think I've actually drank C920. So
What? Oh my!
Or the Brandon,
I've
I know
drank
you're
it.
a fan of the A123. I was surprised you
Yeah.
didn't pick that one.
I was very torn between A123 and C922, but I decided to go with C922.
A123 was solid.
I'm also
really-
surprised that John didn't take Elijah Craig toasted barrel because I know it's a huge fan favorite of his.
It's like his favorite available toasted.
Faith said throw the finished teams up so everybody can vote.
Yeah, I'm absolutely working on that.
John is
Oh,
finishing
still
up the
working
board
on it.
right now. Sorry, you guys can't see what
They
I can
kind
see.
of can. It's in the bottom corner, but they can't because they're on.
No, I'm saying the people in chat. I'm talking to people. In
Hey,
chat.
John, I'm getting my call, so I'll be back on them.
Thanks, Bill.
Okay, sounds good, Bill. Thank you, man.
Have
Thanks,
fun.
Bill.
You lost anyway, Bill. Get out of here.
I don't know. That
Come on,
Russell's
Chris.
that Russell's 13, man. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
that's
that-
pretty strong. to have
I'm
that.
I'm still a little bitter about that. I was
think it's
literally going to take
controversial.
the pick after him.
For the money though, I don't know. He was down to his last $3, so
Yeah, how many dollars did everybody have left over? I only had $19.
I'm buying
After
a
I'm
Big
too
Mac.
done.
many
I'm buying a
freaking
big
questions.
Wait, hey,
I'm trying to finish one thing at a time, all right?
We'll look in a sec. John is. I promise you, he's copying and pasting faster than I do at work.
I left about $55 on the table, Brad.
That's like that's a whole nother bottle.
Yep.
My problem was like I came down to World Whiskey and I hadn't really researched that at all. So it's like I have a very limited knowledge of like World Whiskeys because I just am not super into them.
Yeah.
So I left a little money on the table there.
I feel like though, if I came to all your houses and you all had the bottles you picked, I'd be very happy.
That's a good way to. That's a good way to put it, Bryan.
That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. One sec. There's something that I need to fix. I can't remember what it was. That's what it was.
All right. Last.
All right. Throwing up the final draft boards, and my wife put a link in the comments for you to go and vote for your favorite team. We'll give that like 20 minutes or so. So, yeah, I really think that's pretty solid teams there. We'll go back to that in a minute or so, but let's go to a little analysis now that everybody's been able to see it. What do you guys think? Who's your winner?
My last one should be American Whiskey Non-Bourbon. Orange, for anybody who's wondering.
Got it. American. All right.
I don't want them thinking I'm cheating out here.
No, I'm just not.
Can you throw it up again, John? Yeah. I need to look at it.
Yeah. All right, everybody, take a
I need to look.
Eddie H. Taylor Barrel Proof is a nice first round pick overall. For double oaked. It's crazy seeing how people value different things. Like Brad took his American whiskey in the first round, and a lot of the world whiskeys.
Yep.
I also
Yeah, so it is interesting, right? Like who was like where are you putting your dollars, right? And what are like so for me, world whiskey's a throwaway. I just don't
All right, everybody's back up on our all six chat. So we'll go in order. Bill had $2.14 remaining.
Dane said John has 2 world picks.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Oh, okay.
Brad has $18.46 remaining. Brandon has $11.35.
Oh, that's not bad.
I have Bryan has $54.43. I'm pretty sure you have the most left. Chris has $28.50, and I have $45.50. So I think we did
money to spend.
A pretty good job of our budgeting here. Brandon, would you keep tally of everyone? You have to vote for a team that is not yours. Who do you have to pick?
I think I'm going to pick Bourbon Bill just because of the Russell's 13. I think that was a solid pick. And he had the Coy Hill, too. Like, those are 2 bottles I would really like to share if I was at his house, you know?
I think that Coy Hill has such a low price because so few of them were available that they never actually hit store shelves, so BoozAPP never bothered to upgrade it.
Well, he did call it out the 375 Coy Hill, so
that is true.
I feel like that's tongue in cheek a little bit, but it's still a good pick.
I still like. I don't know. Yeah, I liked that.
All right, 1 vote for Bill. Who's next?
This is tough. This is a tough one.
This is very difficult. I feel like I need to see them again. I don't know.
Yeah, throw the board up on the screen again.
Okay. It will take the chat off, just so you guys know. But I'll throw it up for a minute here, so you can take a look.
It takes the chat off? What do you mean?
Well, they can't talk once I hit this because they're not on this. So when they go to talk, it will come up on the screen.
Gosh, man, I don't even.
I think I gotta go. You lock my vote in. I'm gonna go Brad.
You're gonna go Brad.
I really like the birthday bourbon as an unfinished bourbon.
I know.
I really like the Crossroads and that twice barreled rye. Those are great picks.
All right. I think, dude, I'm gonna be totally honest. I think I'm gonna go Chris. I love Larceny Barrel Proof. I love 2XO. I love Knob Creek 12. Old
Yeah.
Forester 1910 is solid. Redbreast 12 cast strength. I don't know if I've had that or not, but
It's behind you if you want.
no. Do you want some of this?
Yeah, give me.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back. You guys have enough time to make up your minds.
Yeah, I'll tell you, John. I think I'm going with Bourbon Bill. I was going to go with Chris if it wasn't for the Seagrass Rye. That kind of throws me off. But I think overall, Coy Hill, Russell's 13, the Sagamore finished, fantastic bottles.
All right, Chris, what do you think?
I'm going with Sherry in the chat here. I think Pappy Dreamin' for me personally had a great lineup. I mean, E.H. Taylor Barrel Proof, I'm grabbing that all day. I just got that Old Elk cigar cut, fantastic. Sagamore Double Oak, delicious. Triple Mash, good. OGD 114, good. Heaven Hill 7-year, good. And then Jameson's really the only thing I messed around with on the outside world. So there's a lot on here that I haven't had, so I just can't there's like the new loose stuff I haven't really messed around with. Sherry casks finished aren't my favorite. The Wheel Horse, the Penelope, the Wheel Horse, the Penelope Architects was definitely a close second for me, but I'm going Pappy Dreamin'.
Yep.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, Brian, what do you think?
I think I already voted for Bourbon Bill. His combination of Russell's 13 and the Coy Hill, all that.
Yep.
I think he did some solid picks.
agree
And
with
you
that.
know me, I kind of like proof, so both of those are higher proof. Yeah,
Look, which one of us doesn't like a nice high proof whiskey? Am I right?
exactly, right? More proof is more flavor, right, John?
Some people would say that. Yes.
Some people would say that. Not
Some
Brandon.
people are me.
What? What is that? What are you talking about?
Brandon is just as much of a proof hound as I am. Don't let him fool
At
you.
this point, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
Freaking throw me
trying
under
to
the
trigger
bus.
Brandon. I want to see
Yeah,
him.
Sherry
Congratulations.
You
says,
will like Brandon. You will not like Brandon when he's angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll start yelling about Penelope Architect.
Yeah.
How good it is.
All right. Sherry says to Chris, you should come to her bottle share and try the new Luz.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. They're just expensive, so I don't want to buy them myself and then not like them. I'm not a big finished guy, but there are some that I've truly enjoyed.
I get that.
Chris,
So-
I got a big lineup of Nulu. You're welcome to try it anytime you want.
Beautiful.
Dude, come to one of our 717 tastings, man.
I'm trying to get out there. You sent me the golf outing schedule. I'm trying to get out to one of those.
You absolutely should.
Yeah,
You
should.
You won't
Lots
be
of
playing
good
with me,
bottles
but
there.
I'll have to put the hotels out there, I hope, because I'm not driving home after that. I can promise you that.
that's fair.
You stay at one of our places. You'll be good.
Even if
Yeah.
against my will, I might just pass out there. So
Sleep
That's
on the
fine.
18th green
yeah,
with a bottle of Nulu.
Well, yeah.
Love it.
So, guys, talk to me. Are we moving on, or
Yeah.
do we have a couple minutes?
Go for it. Yeah, we actually finished in like really, really good time. So we've got plenty of time past what I thought we would have. So
So talk to me a little bit, because I feel like you guys, and John, this includes you too. Like, I feel like you guys were pretty intentional about your strategy. So like, talk about your pick strategy a little bit, because like I was away all weekend and didn't have a lot of time to work on mine, but like it felt like listening to you guys, you really had like stuff kind of like lined up.
Yeah, I feel like the gems were the ones I probably researched the first, because I thought that everybody would pick those right away, and then the finished whiskeys next, because I feel like there's less of them than the unfinished bourbon. The unfinished bourbon is such a huge category, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
See, I was a little less concerned with the gem because there was one of them and you were kind of restricted in what you wanted to do budget wise. So I wasn't too worried about somebody picking exactly what I was going to go with. But those unfinished bourbons and then the American whiskeys that are non-bourbons, I thought those were where people, and I have a few crossed off here. I mean, Rare Breed I had on here, Sagamore Double Oaked I had on here. Once you said Elijah Craig, that's when I had to go Larceny because I felt people were going to start taking Larceny. So
Yeah.
I went with my expensive line and then my non-expensive line. So having the budget up there was also nice because I'm sitting over here with a calculator, making sure I have enough money left going into the next one.
I was doing it
I
on
felt
my
the
phone,
same way.
Chris.
Yeah.
You had to figure out what you wanted to take first. I took my, Jack Daniel's twice barreled rye on BoozAPP was $68, which is absurd, which
Right.
is why I took it first round, try and get it in before somebody else had it. But after that, I took my big dollar bottle next and then tried to, back my way into the budget a little bit.
Looking back on it, I probably would have done a little bit more research on the BoozAPP because I kind of like thought of what I thought of and then just took the prices and wrote them down and saw where it fit in. But if you can go on there and find some of these, some people got some steals on those Jack Daniel prices and stuff. So
Yeah.
if you can go on there and do a little bit of scrolling for a little while, you can probably find a few steals to throw on the list there.
What did
Sure.
somebody have on their list as a bottle they didn't pick that they thought was like a great price? Because I got some stuff on my list here that I thought was a fantastic number compared to what it actually buys as.
I was gonna go ahead.
Go ahead, Chris, man.
I was gonna go 13th Colony Southern Rye. It was just something a lot of people have been talking about recently. $42 for that bottle. I mean, it's right there in the
Ooh.
price, and I was gonna pick that one, but then I had all this money to spend, so I decided to go with the. That's when I picked the Barrel Seagrass. So maybe if I went 13th Colonies, I would have won your vote there, Brad.
For me, it was the Barrel 2023 New Year. So the fair price on that, I think, was like $96. But it's an annual release. I think I bought 2-3 bottles of that. And to me, it was just, it's higher proof, but it's everything that's beautiful about bourbon. Just classic caramel vanilla notes, lots of proof, lots of concentrated flavor. Simple, not overly complex, but just a solid pour. But yeah, I was trying to fit that into my budget, but I don't think it would have fit.
Yeah, I had Smoke Wagon uncut, unfiltered. $95 is what BoozAPP had it as. Obviously, that's like I'm assuming an average of all the batches, but uncut, unfiltered for $95 is fantastic. I mean, that is an awesome bottle of bourbon.
I feel like the uncut unfiltered is almost like a commodity. Like it's almost like a batch, like a standard non-shown batch product because there are so many of them.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess at some point you probably come across one that's just phenomenal comparatively, and it's just, Aaron does a fantastic job of blending them, and it's very possible that it gets to there. But I feel like the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltereds almost end up being like a Rare Breed or like a 1920 in that there's so many of them that it's so hard to keep track.
That's very true. There is a lot of batch releases for that. I actually think the Smoke Wagon Uncut the Younger is the better value because I see it all the time for sub $45, and to me, it has a sweeter flavor than the normal uncut unfiltered. And you guys know me; you've seen my stash. I'm a Smoke Wagon fiend, so definitely like uncut the Younger a little better. I think fair price on that, I had it wrote down here, is $62.54.
Uncut the Younger is awesome. I'm a big fan of that as well.
I think setting price aside, I like uncut unfiltered better, like just between the two of them, but like factoring in price for sure, Brian, like the value of, in my opinion, uncut the Younger for the price, if you're getting it like $45 or less, like that's an awesome, even $50 for that bottle, I think is really good.
All right, sounds like a couple of you guys got to jump off, so we're gonna cut you guys loose. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Everyone, check the descriptions below for the social media links. If you're not following Bourbon Bill, if you're not following Chris from Bourbon of the Week, you are absolutely messing up. So thank you guys so much for being on.
Did we get a winner?
I will announce that later here. We got Bill. Don't worry. I will.
Okay,
I'll
I'm
put up
a
the
little excited.
receipts. I
I'm a little
promise
excited.
you.
Don't worry, somebody's getting a trophy. Trust me.
Uh-huh.
And it's not me because I didn't get any votes. So.
Well, that's only our pro votes. That's not.
It's okay, Brandon. I didn't
Oh,
get
that's
any
not everybody.
either. So we can drink.
I mean-
we can drink Penelope Architect together and drown our sorrows, or anything
Who's got
Green
a
River.
vote? I didn't get a vote.
Yeah, you did get
That's
a
our
vote, Brad.
channel.
You got one. You have one vote. You have one
Yeah.
pro vote.
Listen, we'll drink Crossroads and just
We'll enjoy it together.
cry
That
as
sounds
a
awesome.
group.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Hope you have a good evening. Oh, Bill.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Hey,
There
what's
he
up,
is.
Bill?
Letting everybody lose. Bill drops
win?
back in.
Did I win? That's what he says. Did I win?
We
Bill,
have,
you have
we
to
have
came in
taken
last.
the,
Bill's back.
He came
He
in
bought
last
real
place.
estate.
Sherry,
You did
until
get some votes.
7:50.
Yeah, at about 7:50, we're gonna tally up the online votes and then add them to our votes.
Yep.
But while we have you, Bill, whose collection that's not yours do you like the best?
Oh man, well Brandon's rock bottom.
Look, you two have the most polar opposite tastes that I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, you know, I'm torn here because, you know, Chris came in with like some just solid bottles, you know, that I didn't really think of. I'm like, those are pretty solid, you know, and then, you know, Brad's just up here and I thought he would have picked some Yellowstone or some other turds, but he didn't, you know, he came out strong. Put that away. No one wants to see that garbage. And then, I mean, Chris, you know, he had the H. Taylor barrel proof and stuff, some other solid choices here. So I don't know. I'm torn here, you know. I'm all ties, you know. They're all second place behind mine. So what can I say?
Well, you can't pick yours.
Oh,
Gotta
Yeah,
pick one.
you gotta pick somebody
Gotta pick
else's.
someone
So
else's.
just go ahead and pick.
all right. I'm gonna have to go with Brad then.
I want my $20 back.
With that, I'm signing off. I'm signing off. Somebody pick me.
I don't know, man. There's quite a few of your bourbon bombers here in chat, so
That's what I'm hoping for.
Very easily swing.
Yeah. I mean, Chris is in here with like his parents and his cousins and everybody else.
Hey,
It was like, you know,
my dad didn't show up.
it's like we got ripe with nepotism here.
Look,
Gotta
Chris's
do what we gotta
Discord
do to
rules
win.
deep,
We didn't
man.
come here to lose, Bill. We didn't come here to lose.
All right, I'm gonna cut you guys loose. Thanks for coming on.
We appreciate it.
About 5
Thanks
minutes.
for having us.
we'll
Thanks,
announce the
guys.
winner.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers.
See you
Good
guys.
See
Great
everybody.
time. Cheers.
All right,
Oh boy,
dude, that was a lot of fun.
dude, that was challenging.
Yeah,
That was
definitely.
challenging. That was super awesome though. Yeah.
Agreed.
Dude, I'll tell you what. The one thing about your list, your draft, that stood out to me was like you took the time to come up with like, I don't want to say off the beaten trail, but like off the beaten trail picks, like bottle. You know what I'm saying? Like the Taconic. I can't remember. I mean, I can't remember all of yours because they were like not. You didn't go like legacy. You know what I mean?
Well,
you didn't just go with like the legacy hitters.
Now that we don't have to worry about everyone else, let's pop back up on screen. Everyone, if you have not put in your fantasy whiskey draft, go ahead and put that in. The link is in the description.
It's a good idea.
This is the list of all of our draft picks.
These are the teams.
Yep, these are the team's draft picks. And there is a comment in the chat. Faith, if you could pop that back in there. We've got 10 people who have voted so far. Go ahead and vote. Swing us one way or another. We have a clear front runner from what I just looked at, but I'm not going to tell you who it is.
Okay. Well, it's not me, so
It's not me
that's
either.
so cool. Dude, I'll tell you what. You know what? Everybody showed up, man. Everybody showed up. I think everybody drafted solid teams. There were some bottles for sure that I did not think of.
Mhm.
That I think were great that showed up on people's lists.
Agreed.
So
Look, aside from the architect, I love every single one of your picks. Which is so funny. 'Cause
You're-
this
you're
has been
allowed-
hanging out here
you're
the
allowed.
whole time.
I drank some. I had some during the thing. My team is Penelope Architects. Like, I have to, dude. I have to go all in on it, man. If I'm gonna like it, Oh, we can be done with
Oh
these.
yeah, we can be done with these because
I can go all in on it.
Yeah.
Get that out of my ear. I hate those.
I'm-
Yeah, I know.
So
Yep. Who is CDC10 in chat?
I don't know.
I would love to know. CDC10 in chat, if you want to in some way indicate your identity, that would be awesome.
Still waiting on my hat.
All right.
It might be the guy who on our Instagram live that I've been trying to get.
John.
Yeah, so
John.
dude, I'm way behind.
Yeah, well, if I can help, man, let me know. Anyway, Dane said, where am I putting my roster? Good question, right?
In the description, there is a link for Draft Your Own. That is where you put your roster.
Oh, perfect.
So,
yep. Oh my gosh, CDC10 is Big Stick. Good grief, dude. Chris. Okay.
I guess your fantasy draft is over. That's awesome.
Nice.
All right, still waiting on my hat. Big Stick.
We'll get you, man.
Dane asked where am I putting my roster. Sherry voted. Hell yeah. Let's
Awesome.
go.
Awesome.
Bourbon of the Week, thank you so much for being a part of this. Dump Truck
Yes.
Dave is another guy from his Bourbon Bombers Discord.
Nice. What's up, Dave?
Super good, dude.
That's not Uncle Dave, though.
That
Uncle
is
Dave
not
is a
Uncle
different
Dave.
Dave. There's multiple Daves.
This is Uncle Dave.
That's
You
Uncle
finished
Dave.
early. Sorry to hear that.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. Dump Truck Dave asked, how was fair price determined? I think that is from people submitting what they paid for it. And then there's the option when you're in there to say, like, is this a fair price? Is this not a fair price? We are not sponsored by BoozAPP in any way, shape, or form. That was just the one universal app that we could pick to have it be a standard price that all of us could look at.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, so just try to make it easy, something that everybody would have access to. Yeah.
All right. So it is 7:49. You got another minute to put in your picks. Then we will announce the winner. I'll actually probably do a window capture.
All right, so wait a minute. So people are doing two things. People are voting for which of the team picks they like
Correct.
the most, and then people are also submitting their own list, and then
Yes.
we're going to go through those, right?
Yeah.
Two things are happening at the same time. This is the most moving parts I feel like we have done in a
Dude,
lot.
seriously, I felt like between the camera overheating and all of this stuff, I felt like I've been on my back foot this whole time.
You know what? I think
And
yeah.
like Carson Wentz, I prefer to throw off my back
Oh
foot.
my god. Oh my god.
Poor guy. He deserves to be on an NFL roster.
Yeah.
1 minute remaining. All right. So we have got the final.
Should be sponsored.
I
Maybe.
don't know about all that. Whoa. Live overlay. All right. So we're going to open up Fantasy Whiskey Draft overall. We have 10 responses.
Nice. Which one is this? Is this for us?
This is for the
16?
overall winner. This is for the overall winner of all 16.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So, of the 6 of us, we've got 2 votes for Brad. I can't see with your hands there. 2 votes for Bill.
Sorry.
1
Yep.
vote for Chris and 1 vote for Bryan. Well, we've got 2 more votes for Bryan, so that brings him up to 3. 1 vote for you.
Hey, I got a vote. That's
1
cool.
vote for Brad.
I wonder if that was my wife, just out of pity.
1 vote for Bill. And 5 votes for Chris.
Good grief, dude.
So, Chris is our winner. I didn't even get any votes.
Chris from Bourbon of the Week.
No,
you know why?
nope.
You know what?
What?
I'll tell you
Please-
exactly
please
why.
tell
I'll
me
tell
where
you
I
why-
effed up.
I'll tell you why you got 0 votes, dude. You want to know? It's because you picked bottles, like I said, that are outside of like legacy, right? You picked bottles that I bet you people watching have never heard of or never had before, and so when they hear them, they don't go, "Oh, I love that pick," because they don't know what they are. They don't know what
But
they
I
taste
went
like.
with Stag and JD
Yeah,
back
you
to back.
did.
How does that
You
not
did.
win?
Because
I afforded both of
because
those.
most people haven't had JD12. Anyway, congratulations to Chris from Bourbon of the Week. He is the 2023
Let's go.
Gentleman of Whiskey Fantasy Whiskey Draft winner. I don't know what we're calling it yet. John does.
We've got this trophy that says "You're the best." It's hard to see with all of the lights in here.
You are the best, dude.
Yeah,
I love
man.
that. Seriously, nice. The Bombers. The Bombers came out. Yeah, 5 of them came out and showed
Absolutely.
up. Like more than anybody else. This is the first year.
Look, Sherry agrees with you because you picked things people don't know. That's fine.
Listen,
I'm like a bourbon hipster.
Yes, that's a good, yeah. But listen, and you're a step ahead of like a lot of people in discovering things that I think people are gonna get into, right? So like, I just got the Wheel Horse Toasted. You had it 9 months ago, like,
Right.
you're just like, you're doing your thing, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I think you drafted a great team. You drafted, I think, the most eclectic of the teams, right?
Bill, put it on the resume. Bill says
Oh, his family voted.
Oh, Chris said John had the pick of the draft with that stag. Well, it got me 0 votes, so it was not the pick of the draft then.
Here's a question, right?
Okay. Yep.
Position. Is
Yep.
the position important of the pick? Did you put Stag in the wrong seat? That's the
I
question.
don't know. Because I feel like JD12, right, is that gem of your collection. Like, I love Stag. I love Stag so much. But JD12 is like that much above it. I know what I'm saying. I really honestly know what I'm saying. JD12 is head and shoulders above that Stag.
I don't know.
I'm not,
For
I didn't
you,
do
for
store
you, for
pick.
you,
I didn't
for
do
you.
store pick.
Yeah.
That store pick
You're right.
is neck and neck.
Okay, but like what I'm saying is from a strategic perspective, to like structure your team in a way that makes sense to other people too, right?
Right. Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't just do it your way. I'm just saying, like, when you were like, I didn't get any votes, I'm like, this is why I bet you didn't get any votes. That's all right.
Look,
I love JD12, dude. I think JD12 is insane. Like, insane. Like, I would take. Here's a hot take. I'll just say this live. People can just shred me for it. But I would take JD12 all day, every day, over Russell's 13. There it is. Just put that. There it is.
I think I agree with that.
Whoa,
Dude, the batch 2 of JD12 is, or not
Batch
JD12,
one.
batch 2 of Russell's 13 is really good, but I think like all 3 of them are neck and neck with Stag. 23A being a return. Part of the reason why I picked 23A though is because 15 and 14 were like well over $250.
Gotcha.
So I
So
picked
it's a price thing.
right.
Let's keep it rolling here. We got chat.
Get them both off the air. This is our channel, okay? If you
Dave,
like
why
Bourbon
you-
Bill,
Dave,
go
why
watch
you-
Bourbon Bill.
Yeah,
If
Dave,
you
why are you
like,
Why are you mad, dude? Like, smoke your cigar, drink your margarita. Like,
if you like Bourbon of the Week, go watch Bourbon of the Week. We love both of them. We watch both of them. They are fantastic dudes. Both of them have more subs than we do. We just happen to be running this live. So
oh, get Sherry's up there. Get Sherry's up there. Bourbon Bills. Wait, okay.
it's
So
an
overall
overall team, not a franchise player. 1 bottle, even 2 can't win. I think that the Kansas City Chiefs prove you wrong in that NFL strategy
Are
there.
you saying Mahomes?
Dude, it is literally Patrick Mahomes.
Well, so was Brady England then? New
No,
England?
Belichick was New England.
Belichick.
That's a hot take.
I don't. Yeah.
Ah.
I don't know, man. I'm not that into.
All right, so we've got a couple minutes here to look at our round ones didn't make it. I should have put those in the description.
Did anybody put in their own fantasy teams? That's a question.
You know, I think they did.
Dane's the only one that did a fantasy team, so he wins automatically.
It is literally one response.
It's probably Dane. Nice.
Like Sherry was asking how
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know whose it is.
That's a really good point. I really should have put name on here. I literally did not think of that.
You know what, dude? It's all good. Okay,
In
well,
hindsight.
let's.
whatever.
Are we gonna read it?
Yeah. We'll give you guys another 3 minutes if anyone else wants to put in a fantasy draft. It is in the description, so click the link in the description. Go find that link. Faith can post it into the chat.
And
That's what we were doing.
Sherry said I couldn't find the link and I was too lazy to look up the pricing. That's amazing.
All right, gem of your collection, Russell's 13.
Okay, wait. This is the one that got submitted.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Unfinished bourbon 1, single barrel proof.
Nice.
Unfinished bourbon 2, Four Roses single barrel.
This is Dane for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know that there are people who like Four Roses, and I'm not one.
Yeah, Dane's a big Four Roses fan.
Penelope Architect, yep.
Yep.
Maker's Mark, 46 cast strength. You know, that was on my list. But I really, look, I know not a lot of people have had it, but that Starlight Amburana finished cigar batch is phenomenal. There was a pick from, what is the place in Hagerstown? Liquor Locker. Liquor Locker did a pick, and I believe it was Brantley was nice enough to give us a sample of it, and it was phenomenal.
Well, I had it at the last 717 thing that you missed because Marty Rafter brought it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he brought a Starlight. I don't know if it was the same one, but he brought a Starlight cigar batch, Amburana finished, whatever.
Yeah,
and it was amazing. But we both like Amburana, like
right. Amburana is like cinnamon sugar cookies.
It's ridiculous.
It's fantastic. Okay, his American whiskey is Redwood Empire Lost
Monarch.
Oh,
dude. Whoa, that's a good one.
World whiskey is Redbreast Kentucky Oak. That's pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah,
I
very
can
nice.
shorten that.
What? I don't know what's happening.
I can shorten.
All right, guys, we're gonna get you this link. If you want to put in your drafted team, it does enter you into.
Yeah, I mean, there's one entry right now. I've sent that to you, Faith.
Yep. So you guys can enter for sure. Listen, like, again, this is like, there's a lot of moving parts that John is doing to make all this. Anyway, he loses anyway, trying to take you off your own show.
I did like you. Oh, man.
Nice. Chris. Woo.
With Brandon, I didn't love the Russell's 13. Chris from Bourbon of the Week actually did not like it either. But
I'm not saying I didn't like it. I'm just saying I think Jack 12 is better. That's what I'm saying.
That's fair.
That's what I'm saying.
But he loses anyway. Try to take you off your own show. All right, we'll go 5 more minutes.
Yeah,
and
sure.
We won't just give this to Dane by default. We assume that's
not
Dane.
By default. Well, it might not. Yeah, it might not be Dane. It's probably Dane. Might not be. We'll see.
I wonder if I can see the email addresses of people who.
Don't know.
That's a really good question.
Dude, so to be fair, Maker's Mark and Four Roses were 2 distilleries that didn't make anybody's list. Those are good. Those are really good inclusions, like that I thought about. I didn't obviously take as much time to draft mine, but like, I think those are really decent. Like,
I gotta be honest, I rushed some of my last picks.
Well, yeah. I was kind of picking and. All right, so there's literally. It doesn't look like there's any way to. Interesting.
All right, 4 more minutes. Tried to get me off my own show. That's so funny. All right. Hey, you know what we haven't talked about tonight?
I have no idea.
We've not talked about these sample bottles at all whatsoever.
Other than where they came from.
Right.
So Laura down at the grog shop hooked us up with these.
Yep. So Old Carter, very small batch 2 PLDC, which is Prestige LaDroit for DC. I think this is like $100 and something.
Okay.
I like this, but not that much.
Bourbon Bill.
Can I enter a new lineup to beat?
No, Bill, you cannot.
Luke Walmer joined late, but go Birds. Go Birds. Absolutely.
Go Birds. What's up, Luke? Glad you're here, man. That's awesome. Okay, so you liked the old Carter.
I like the old Carter, but this this KC 25th anniversary pick by Fred No.
Oh yeah,
This is amazing.
yep, that was killer.
Look, the stuff that Freddie does that's not Little Book is fantastic. But I don't know what happens with Little Book. It's like he's just like mad sciencing it, and it's trash.
Well, I think
it
it's just adding too many things. I think it's too many things. Too
Right,
many ingredients.
Right. That's what I feel like with most cigar blends, like that Old Elk cigar blend that Bryan drafted. It's just too many finishes.
Yep.
We have a Good Times up above your head there. That's like cigar batch that's toasted barrel finished and like 4 other things, and it's just too much.
Mhm.
I think he's trying to do too much. This though is amazing. So thank you so much to Laura. Right?
Yep. Laura. Yep,
Laura from the Rock Shop. If you are down in that
Delaware,
area,
Rehoboth.
Lewis.
Yep.
Bethany Beach.
Bethany.
Yep. Also stop at Bethany Barbecue and Blues if you're in Lewis or
Oh my
Bethany.
gosh. Yeah.
Fantastic pours. Brandon had some Stag Junior, formerly Junior.
Right. Yeah. 22B. Dude,
So funny that you got your own pick.
Listen, I was like, hey, how much is a pour stag for 1 ounce? You know, and he was like $20 or whatever. And I was like, great, let me do 2 ounces. That's amazing of stag.
Yeah.
Formerly known as Junior.
Yep.
And then I was like, hey, like, do you know what batch it is? And he was like, no, I can get you the bottle. And I was like, yeah, bring me the bottle then. So he brings me the bottle, and it's my batch. It's 22B. And I was like, freaking played yourself. But like, I mean, it's all amazing.
It's never a bad thing.
Every stag is good for sure.
Right.
But I was cracking up, and when I texted you, and everybody was texting me, they're like, "Which batch is that? Which batch is that?" And I was like, "I will know in a minute."
It's like what everyone asks when it's stag, because
Yeah.
it is batch dependent.
It is. Well, they're all good, but yeah, everybody's just like that's the
Right.
thing to know about it is
Right.
what batch it is. So,
All right, we've let we'll give it a minute.
uh,
So would you buy either of these at whatever market price is?
I don't know what the Knob Creek is, but yes,
Well,
I think
we have BoozAPP.
you just trapped me, dude. I feel like you just trapped me. I feel like you were like, "Would you buy that at whatever?" If it's $200, no, I don't think so. But like, maybe up to 150. Got Q knob in there, buddy. It's not a K, it's a Q.
Well, I found it anyway.
You found it anyway. What is it? What's fair price?
This isn't right.
Hmm.
Because it says 25th. Oh no, it does say 125. Whatever. Okay. Shelf price is 140. Average price is 129. I would buy that for 120.
I would buy it for 100.
Yeah. For sure.
Sherry said she's looking up pricing. All right, Sherry.
Look, we'll give you another minute.
Yep. I gotta go pick my dog up.
You gotta go. Yeah. And I gotta go not be on stream.
I gotta pick my dog up then. Dog up.
All right. Do we have any more? Let's go see.
Maybe somebody else did.
Nope. Still just one response.
Okay.
All right. Look, I think this is where we're at. I'm pretty sure this is Dane. Whoever put in this response, email me. I will know who it's from. And you have won.
What's the email?
gentlemanandwhiskey@gmail.com.
gentlemanandwhiskey@gmail.com. Cool. I literally didn't even know that. That's why I asked questions.
Yep. If you have not followed Chris and Bourbon of the Week or Bourbon Bill or Bryan or Brad on Instagram, their links are in our description. They're fantastic guys. Chris is putting out great content. Bill's putting out great content. Give them a like. Definitely give Bryan as many Instagram follows as you can. He's brand new to Instagram and needs like 1,000 followers because he's a good dude. So,
for that matter, PA Bourbon Beast needs 1,000 followers.
I mean, yours is your links in every single comment.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, nobody.
So check the descriptions. Follow us on Instagram at Gentleman and Whiskey.
Yep.
Dane Bradley says, "Good streams, guys."
Thanks, dude.
Thank you. It was
Appreciate
a lot
it,
of fun. I love every bit of this. I had so much fun drafting with our buddies and
dude. Props to freaking figuring out the screens and the everything like that, man. Like props because like I don't know, would have figured out the simplest way to do it. And like Chris said, it looked nice. It looked really nice. So
thank you.
Props, dude, because I would not have done that.
I basically
For what it's worth.
made the main screen here look. No. Already canceled that one. I made that main screen look exactly like how Sleeper does their fantasy football drafts. So
I don't know who that is.
Sleeper is a fantasy app. It's kind of like the hipster version of fantasy football. Like
On
ESPN
par
and
with-
NFL are
on
kind
par
of the
with your
the
team.
popular ones.
Yep.
And
Okay.
Sleeper is actually Sleeper was a forced upon me by Justin. So
Nice.
all right. Hey, we are Gentlemen in Whiskey.
We are Gentlemen in Whiskey.
He's Brandon. I'm John. And we are out. Have a good night, guys.
See you guys.